Round number 6 of the 2023 Grand National Cross Country Racing Series heads for Indiana. And Hunter Hart coming off 2 wins. John Glotta has had some glimpses of greatness. And the big question, can Bryson Neal return to the center of the box? It all starts now on MAV TV.
Are you ready to go GNCC Racing?
Hello and welcome to round number 6 of the 2023 Grand National Cross Country Racing Series presented by Specialized, an AMA National Championship. We are here in Crawfordsville, Indiana for this, the AMSOIL Hoosier GNCC. We begin, as always, with our Specialized race recap. Round number 5, getting wild right there. John Glotta Jr. putting it up on 2 wheels, absorbing the contact, rebounding, and grabbing that whole shot. And he had some great battles early on in this one with Hunter Hart. Hunter Hart leading it right here. And the Bidwell Bullet, Bryson Neal, had a stellar race. Little mishap. Ended up off the track. Ended up getting penalized. So technically finished, I believe it was, or don't believe it was, a 2-position penalty, a controversial penalty, but nonetheless, it is what it is. He was off the track, gained an advantage, penalty was assessed, and here we are. He's still in the hunt, and I gotta say, he's gonna be a very, very hungry defending champ in round number 6. But nonetheless, the guy who was there, right place, right time, putting all the pieces together and making sure he was there to take advantage, Hunter Hart. Again, in physically second place on the track, Hunter did what he needed to do and technically ended up coming in. Not technically, he did. He took the win. He took the win in round number 5. So, again, there you go. Little controversy there. Bryson Neal and Jared Bolton heading out to the section where they had Bryson Neal off the track. And we take a look at those results after the penalty. Hunter Hart with a win, Glotta with a second place, and B. Neal rounding out the box.
Shoo-wee. Man, it was rough to say the least. Pumped, I led, man, maybe lap and a half today, you know. Great start. And then from there, we just kind of, Junior hit a mud hole, bike cut out. I ended up getting him in a corner there. And then I just ran my own race. You know, I led a good bit. Bryson was all over me. I knew I just had to make this thing wide, and we were doing a great job of it. I just missed a little inside corner. He got me. And then from there, I just tried to hang tough as long as I could. And we were doing solid. And then, you know, just ended up on the third lap. There was just this real tight section. Ended up tagging a tree. Actually, didn't even tag a tree, just kind of bike popped out of the ruts. Had to get off, pull it over. Junior caught me, and then him and I were going good, and ended up just unfortunately, you know, it was a real tight section. Lapper ended up hitting a tree, and then Lapper we were just stuck there, and yeah, it was all in all a good day. Excited on the way I rode, and yeah, we're here, and I feel okay. Hands are a little beat up, but all in all, excited for the way I did. Best finish to date here, so I'll take it.
Well, we fast forward to today, and as we take a look at the points standings coming into today, Hunter Hart, your new points leader with 127, 6 points ahead of the Bidwell Bullet, Bryson Neal. So can Neal, after 2 dismal races, I guess, if you ask him. But then again, you know, he has done everything he's needed to do to put himself in this position. You win your championship on your bad days. All Balls Racing Whole Shot Award up for grabs. Watching it unfold from the Yamaha Racing Skycam, and I believe that was Jared McClure, the sneaky snake, the Cobra, going up and getting himself a whole shot. And Adam McGill, strong start for him as well. The Honda boys holding it down out in front. Let's see how it plays out into the woods now. here at the home of the Ironman Raceway. Ironman Pro National. Yeah, that is. Hey, how about it? Adam McGill in the 2 spot. Are you kidding me? So great start for Adam McGill. Great start for Jared McClure. Of course, round number 5. Adam McGill coming off a 5th place finish, and Jared McClure a 8th place finish for him. So these guys, boy, they need a good one. No doubt about that. B&R Motorsports Whole Shot Award up for grabs here in the XC2. And just taking a look at that XC2 class through 5 rounds of racing, Steve Harrell has won all 5. Who is going to stop that man? Is he going to keep the winning ways going and make it 6 in a row here today? Or will somebody step up? Brandon Owens, he's been close. He's got a handful of 2nd place finishes, but can he make it happen? Jared McClure leading the way on the Honda. The Gator, Adam McGill in the number 2 spot in the XC1. And then you got the rest of the heavy hitters in this one. Going to be very interesting watching this one play out here today. But right now, it's the Ride Red boys out front. McClure and Adam McGill lead the way. We'll be right back after this. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAP TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. Well, GNCC, more than just ATV and motorcycle racing. Of course, on Saturday nights at the track, it plays host to EMTB racing, and you can't beat the smile, as we just saw on Charlie Mullins, the defending, I guess, technically, national champion. Not technically, he is the defending champ. However, he has sailed off into the sunset, into retirement. This is sort of a one-off for him to go out and have some fun. So, nonetheless, Charlie's not going to check up. He's going to go out there. He's going to compete. He's a multi-time champion. He is a former dirt bike national champion as well. The man is just a competitor. He is a beast. But some names have emerged this season. Probably, I would say, one of the most prominent is Cypress Gorey, a heavy favorite. But it does feature several different classes in EMTB racing. There's obviously your pro class. There's an XC2. There's a big bore class. If you're 200 pounds plus, my goodness, there's a class for you. Also a women's pro class, women's amateur, and of course, there are the youth ranks as well. And yeah, Charlie Mullins, just ridiculous. Just a ridiculous rider. The kids enjoying the show, love it. Ricky Towery with the waving of the checkered flag, and another round of EMTB racing. It's a good one, to say the least. Well, new leader. That is Bryson Neal out in front. McGill into the 2 spot, or stays in the 2 spot. McClure falls back into the number 3 position so far. So the Bidwell Bullet, hey, he had the mechanical in round 4. He had the penalty in round 5. He comes up short in both races. And as I mentioned previous, this man's coming out swinging today. Going to be interesting to see how the Bidwell Bullet handles this. A lot of folks expect him to come out. He's going to win this thing by 3 or 4 minutes. But you know what? Unpopular opinion. I'm going to say, I'm not saying he's not capable of it because we've seen it. But Bryson Neal has also, his level of maturity, specifically last year in his championship run, has grown by leaps and bounds. Where we used to see Bryson Neal figuratively going 100 miles an hour, riding like an absolute wild man, he's found a way to harness that power, that energy, whatever cliche you want to use, and go there when he needs to. But more importantly, he controls the pace of a race for himself and literally for everyone else, as he is the leader. He's just found a way. And let's sing some more praises here, because the old man, Adam McGill, the Gator, still in the number 2 spot. We've seen some glimpses like this out of the Gator this season, but he's sort of, now I won't say fallen off, but he's been in that ballpark of 4th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 4th, 5th. outside of round one. We'll call that the mulligan. Today might be the day we get a little throwback. We get an Adam McGill on the podium. Are you kidding me? The fans in Indiana would love nothing more than to see the Gator put it on the box. Meanwhile, the points leader, Hunter Hart, not having the best go so far. He's in the fight, but he's had to work his way up. And look at this. The Bidwell Bullet on the Phoenix Racing Yamaha, that water bottle, he hangs on to that for longer than anyone else. I think four-wheel, two-wheel side, doesn't matter. The man is just different. He's just different. And you'll hear our good buddy Johnny Gallagher talk about the lock-in. He'll lock in, and it's hard to explain. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to explain it. If we see him do it, I'll point it out, because often imitated, never duplicated, the Bidwell Bullet will lock in. And he is gone. There is Adam McGill still in that number 2 spot. And honestly, for McGill, sort of on an island by himself right now, going across the creek right there, normally a stream. We've had a little bit of rain in Indiana, but I think some more in the forecast before the two-wheel side of things hits the track tomorrow. Going to be interesting. Oh, big mistake by John Glotta Jr., and it is a costly one. Loses a couple of spots right there. So the 712 with a little get off, but able to get back on his machine and get the power back to the ground. Now a little bit of catching up to do. And man, that is a situation where seconds feel like minutes, minutes feel like hours. But look at that, 1, 2, 3 XC1 guys. Austin Abney at the back of that pack of 3. Now really all within striking distance of Glotta. And there goes the 712. Boy, you got some trouble there. He's saying, go left, go left. Some of our lapped riders out there pointing the line say, hey, don't take the line I took. Bryson Neal leads it. McGill in second, and the Coltrane in third. We'll be right back after this. Well, as we mentioned before, GNCC, more than just the pros. Matter of fact, the majority of GNCC racers are made up of the amateur ranks. And this right here, well, this is the Stacyc race. And while it is just a fun race, we're not racing for points, but there's still guts and glory involved in the Stacyc race. A fun event that happens every Saturday night at a GNCC. So if you've never been to an event, bring the Little Ripper, bring the Stacyc, and be ready on Saturday night to have the time of your life. And I gotta say, sometimes that crowd rivals some of our pro starts. All right, maybe not the pro starts, but people love to watch the kids go out there. Mom and dad, aunts, uncles, little carnage right there. See, we're with you. Look at that. Rubbin's racing, baby. We're banging bars. It is mano y mano out there. It is taken seriously, and shout out to men like this. Griff Cotter, Ricky Towery, the whole staff, DJ Judd, those 3 primarily, George. I mentioned them specifically. I know folks at home watching may say, I don't know who those people are, but they deserve it because they are working their tails off all day on a Saturday, and they have some left in the tank to make sure we put on a show for the future of GNCC, and that is what GNCC is all about. And so is this. Bryson Neal, the Bidwell Bullet, taking it to the XC1 Pro class today. And how about it for the Gator, Adam McGill? The old wily veteran says, I am not ready to go out to pasture. I'm here to play. I'm in the fight in a great battle for the 3 spot. Call it a 3-way battle. Coltrane feeling some pressure. Can he hang on to it? John Glotta, though, in the mix as well. And Glotta, after a couple of little mistakes here, finding some redemption. Very interesting to see that next level of maturity in John Glotta Jr.'s racing career. Something's clicking for him this year. It seems like there is this pattern where you expect a guy to be a podium regular, at least fighting for podiums. Maybe it doesn't happen that season, and everybody kind of, let's take him off the radar. Maybe he just doesn't have it. Something happens in the offseason, and then it's like, okay, we're talking about him too soon. He's ready. He just had to figure some things out. I think John Glotta's that guy now. I think John Glotta's got to be in the conversation for podiums, consistent podiums, and I think we see that throughout the rest of this season. Could be wrong. Glotta just seems to be making things work. Round 4, he had a third. Round 5, he had a second. Today, trying to track down a podium finish. Bidwell Bullet, Phoenix Racing Yamaha, Bryson Neal, the number 1, trying to return to that center spot on the box. The Gator, Adam McGill, trying to turn back the clock. Of course, McGill discovered he had Lyme disease shortly after last season, and he had to make some changes in that battle still going on for third place right now. But McGill had to make some changes in his personal life, the way he trains, etc. And it has paid off for Adam McGill this season, certainly putting on a performance here today. And he's been in the fight. But the Bidwell Bullet, Bryson Neal, ooh. Hang on, Adam McGill. He said, I'm trying, Mikey. I'm trying. It's difficult. All this power, that's a tough situation. Meanwhile, the three-way battle for the number 3 position continues. Glotta now up into the 4 position. So we'll see if he's able to fight for a podium. How many times have we talked about, as we saw the Bidwell Bullet and Adam McGill right there, but how many times have we mentioned, if you follow GNCC, we have mentioned the names Hunter Hart and John Glotta Jr. in the same sentence so many times over the years, going back to the youth ranks. And, you know, up to this point, Hunter Hart's always, not always, but I think the majority of the time he's gotten the best of John Glotta. I think for John Glotta, Hunter Hart's a hurdle. He's a hurdle. He's got to get up there and, I mean, take it to him. You know, he's got to step up. They're on the same playing field now. They're both in the XC1 Pro class. Glotta's got to start making some big man moves, and that's what we've seen out of him. And some grown man moves out of Bryson Neal as he tries to track down another win here this year. We'll be right back. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. And welcome back to GNCC here on MAV TV. The Bidwell Bullet, Bryson Neal, trying to bring it in for a big win here today in Indiana at the Hoosier GNCC. He's going to make it happen. Just another turn right here. White flag for this rider. Checkers for our winner, the Bidwell Bullet, Bryson Neal, brings it home. This will be his 4th win of the season and first win here in round number 6 since round number 3. Things really clicking for B. Neal today.
Oh man, this is a great Hoosier track today. This track was really tough, kept you on your toes. You could override this thing, you know. Looking at it yesterday, I thought it was just going to be just grooves and just wide open, but it got real deep, got real ruddy. There's a lot of stickiness, so you had to really stay on your toes. But we got a good start. About 5th or 6th going into the woods, a little bit wet, a little bit muddy. Kind of picked our way to the pack. Got to the lead by the end of the first lap, and man, we just kind of rode our race from there. You know, every lap we just continue to just click off and just do our thing. You know, this weekend, the last 2 races kind of been, you know, a little bit of drama and all that. And today I just want to go out and ride my ATV and just get back to that. You know, I just want to come here to do it. Just want to race and do my best and go home. So really pumped with the team, all the family, all my friends, all the fans out there cheering me on and patting me on the back and, you know, really coming up to me this weekend and talking with me and spending time with me. It means the world. I'm working for you guys. I'm working for my team. Got a lot of great people around me, a lot of great sponsors, and really happy to get this thing back up on the box.
Well, a big congratulations to Bryson Neal, back to his winning ways and taking the number 2 spot today. How about it for the Gator, Adam McGill? Oh, that man is going to be stoked. You can see it, the fist bump in the air, and he's got some cold barley pops waiting for him. The fans love some Gator.
Man, these young kids are rolling. I wish I could have stayed with him, but got a little bit of arm pump, but I guess that's a given, being that, you know, I drink coffee all day long, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm super pumped, man. I wish my wife and my dogs were here, but when I get home, I'll buy you 7 bags of mulch that our puppies tore up, so it's all good, man. I'm so excited.
Well, as we take a look at the top 10, again, Neil taking the win. The Gator, Adam McGill, taking second. And how about it? John Glotta getting the best of Hunter Hart today for that final podium spot.
I got off the line decent, and then the first few turns I fell back. I know I went into the woods pretty far back. Started making my way through the pack, and I don't know, I think I was running like 4th or 5th maybe the first couple laps, and my front brakes were fading the whole race, and one lap I had a little bobble and went over the bars, and that's when I went back a couple positions. It was frustrating because I really like this track, and I know I could have went faster, but we just pushed hard all day, and I ended up using a line that I used on the first lap, last lap, and got around Hunter, and then just pushed as hard as I could to the finish and tried to make no mistakes all day other than that one little bobble, but rode good and hard all day, and I'm happy with third.
Well, as we wrap up with John Glotta, we take a look at the point standings, and it's Neil, Hart, Richardson. So those three remain the same. B. Neil takes back over the points lead and the momentum as we enter the second half of this season in just a couple of weeks. Gonna be a good one at the John Penton GNCC, no doubt about that. We're taking a look at the Specialized race recap. The Cobra, Jared McClure, going out on that Honda, grabbing himself a hole shot. Bryson Neal quickly found his way to the front, and the number 1 Phoenix Racing Yamaha would never look back. Just hit his marks, stayed within his own helmet, rode his race, brought it home, and how about it? Can't say enough about Adam McGill putting it on the box today. John Glotta, he had some mistakes. Didn't let that distract him from the goal at hand. That was compete. Get up there, pass the XC1 guy in front of you, go after the next one, go after the next one, work your way up. Glotta did just that. He did very well putting it on the box here today, and like I said, podium contender. John Glotta Jr., you're the man. It's your time. Start making it happen. He said, okay, I did that today. But again, Adam McGill, hats off to him. Podium finish, a number 2 spot. I bet that one almost felt like a win for the Gator. Is this season, will we see Gator get a win this year? I don't know. It's going to be tough because of that man, the Bidwell Bullet, Bryson Neal. Popping bottles of champagne on the GNCC podium does not get much better than that. That's going to do it for us. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.